Hey co-stars, welcome to Generation Films. My name is British Ben, and today we have another Stargate video. You know, that show that featured MacGyver and basically the whole cast of Star Trek. Look, there's Deanna Troi, Odo, Q, and there's the Doctor from Voyager. Well, most of those guys were from the series Stargate SG-1, but the ship that we are going to talk about today, although introduced at the end of SG-1, actually mostly appears in the series Stargate Atlantis. You know, that series that featured Aquaman. And that ship would be the Daedalus class Battlecruiser, or BC-304, that second generation capital ship built by the Tauri, or humans of Earth. The project was immediately started after the destruction of the Prometheus, which we covered in our previous Stargate video. And in this video, we are going to look at the Daedalus class vessels themselves, key stats, weapons, the size of the ship, and key moments from their operational history. So let's go. Each vessel cost $7 billion, with 6 ships built as of 2010. 4 were operated by the US, 1 by the Russians, and 1 by the Chinese. The Daedalus class ships featured Asgard technology as standard. The ships were equipped with Asgard shields, sensors, transporters, and hyperdrive technology. And these were not just interstellar craft, they were actually intergalactic. Yeah, that's right, they could make trips to other galaxies and frequently went to the Pegasus galaxy. Initially, the ships were armed with human weapons. They had 32 railgun placements. These are pretty cool, like those old-style turbo laser turrets you see in Star Wars, which are of course based on naval technology in the real world. The ships also possessed missile launchers with Mark 7, Mark 8, and Mark 9 gatebuster warheads. Then later, when the Asgard faced extinction as a species, they handed over all their knowledge and the ships were equipped with plasma beam weapons. In terms of size, these ships are supposed to be 225 meters long, which is a little bit shorter than an aircraft carrier and a little bit longer than the Prometheus. Now personally, I do not think these sizes are accurate whatsoever. Maybe for the Prometheus at 195 meters long, but for the Daedalus class, definitely not. If you look at the CG model, the size of that is actually 650 meters. You know what else is approximately that size?
These are the voyages of the Starship Enterprise. Its continuing mission to explore strange new worlds.
That's right, it's about the same length as the Enterprise D from Star Trek, which would make it double the length of a US Nimitz-class aircraft carrier. And that really makes sense. If you look at the size of the hangars in these two wing-like areas to the left and right, they're about half the size of the ship, and these hangars are huge. A similar size, if not bigger, than the internal hangar on a Nimitz-class aircraft carrier. So you can imagine if each of these two things, left and right, is the size of an aircraft carrier, which is 332 meters long, then the ship length is basically double that, and yeah, that's approximately 650 meters. So I think that the CG model size is more accurate than the official stats for the Daedalus, which carries 16 X-302 fighters and looks like it has room for a lot more. The bridge of the ship is this little box that sticks out from the upper hull. It features a window looking out into space with the captain's chair in the middle. And in addition to the bridge, there are numerous other features on the Daedalus class, such as the large hangar bays we've talked about, observation decks for looking out into space, a mess hall. And this isn't Star Trek. They can't just replicate whatever they want to eat. They have to live off of canned tomatoes and whatever else they brought with them. Like this random pineapple. I mean, come to think of it, why is there a pineapple mixed up with all this other food? Teal'c, surely you have a system going for organizing the food. I think his mind was probably elsewhere. He's been spending too much time in the gym, and yes, there is a gym on board. Alright, now let's look at the operational history of the Daedalus class. So the first mission for a Daedalus class ship was the Daedalus itself, which was sent to the Pegasus galaxy to assist the Atlantis expedition. They destroy Wraith Hive ships by transporting nuclear warheads inside the vessels using the Asgard transporters. Now, the Asgard weren't really that happy about this use of their transporters, but hey, the same tactic worked against the Borg in Star Trek Voyager. Humans are great at thinking outside the box, or perhaps they just had the DVD of Star Trek Voyager in the ship's library. Anyway, in 2006, the second Daedalus class ship is constructed, and it is called the Odyssey. Its first mission is to rescue SG-1 from the Lucian Alliance. The ship uses its Asgard transporters to beam them aboard. The ship then supports SG-1 in carrying out the mission of retrieving stolen Stargates from the goa'uld known as Baal, whilst fighting off Hartak vessels operated by the Lucian Alliance. Then, also in 2006, the Korolev comes into service with the Russians, and it is commanded by Chekhov from Star Trek.
Sir, the Korolev just dropped out of hyperspace.
This is Colonel Chekhov. What is the situation?
He's let himself go a bit. Anyway, the Korolev teams up with the Odyssey to fight the Ori, who are sending ships through a supergate to invade the Milky Way galaxy. They are joined by 13 Hartak-class vessels from the Jafar and the Lucian Alliance, and 1 O'Neill-class vessel from the Asgard. However, the Ori ships are very powerful, and the Korolev is destroyed, with the Ori winning the battle. Then in 2007, this is when the Asgard choose to hand over everything they have to the Tauri. The Odyssey is upgraded with Asgard plasma beam weapons, and it now can make light work of Ori ships. Afterwards, all Daedalus-class ships are fitted out with Asgard plasma beam weapons and other upgrades, and the Odyssey now has a Asgard knowledge room where the Asgard computer core containing all the information can be accessed. Later in 2007, another Daedalus-class ship, the Apollo, is constructed. This ship is sent to carry out a preemptive strike on the Azurans, a technological species that is posing as human beings. The ship carried the Horizon weapon system on board, which is 1 missile carrying 6 Mark 9 warheads and 4 decoys. The Apollo launches at the Azurans, destroying multiple targets. But then a weapons satellite appears in orbit and targets the ship. And after that, it turns its energy beam towards the Disneyland castle, Atlantis. In 2008, the 6th Daedalus-class ship is completed, the George Hammond, and it is put under the command of Samantha Carter, who uses it to carry out guerrilla raids against Wraith ships, although this is actually in an alternate reality where the ship is called the Phoenix. Then in the real world, the George Hammond, again under the command of Samantha Carter, is used to defend the Icarus base, and this is in the series Stargate Universe. In 2009, the Daedalus engages a Wraith superhive ship and is disabled by multiple hits to the shields. But this Wraith ship has found out the coordinates of Earth and speeds off into hyperspace. The Apollo and the 1 Daedalus-class ship operated by the Chinese, the Sun Tzu, engage the superhive but are defeated. And I'm not going to tell you how they eventually destroy it, because this is the series finale of Stargate Atlantis, alright? I'm not going to spoil it for you.
Who'd have thought Darth Vader was Luke Skywalker's father?
Thank you, Mr. Blow the Picture.
I'm not going to be that guy. Thank me down in the comments. And that basically is the full history of the Daedalus-class battlecruisers in Stargate. Guys, if we've missed anything, leave it down in the comments, let us know what we've missed, or just tell us your favorite Daedalus-class moments. We'd love to hear it. We do read the comments. Please subscribe for more Stargate content. We're definitely going to cover some more Stargate ships in the coming weeks. But from me, it's bye for now.